Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Place in the Middle podcast. My name is Amy.
And I'm Butter. And
And-
today we are going
Yeah.
to talk about food.
My favorite topic, to be honest.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
more lighthearted topic.
Yeah.
And everything, we love food, making it and also eating it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So,
I think
yeah.
I think we can start talking about just if you guys don't know, like, I mean, blech. Cut this out.
Yeah. I realized, yeah, I'll be editing out.
But in the beginning, it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can talk a little bit more about how like our love for food and cuisine and baking. How did that start for you?
For me, I think when we were younger, we just loved baked goods, like cookies and brownies and things like that.
Bake sale.
Bake sale
That was
at our
so
school.
fun.
We had, I guess, each family,
Yes.
well, whoever wanted to would
Yeah.
bake and then bring it to school, and then it would be like a fundraiser to raise
That's
money
right.
for the school
Or for whatever.
for whatever.
Yeah.
And different. I mean, there was kimbap that was really
Yes,
popular.
yeah.
But then some families would bring like brownies and cookies, things
Brownies
like that.
were really popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good stuff.
Cookies too.
Yeah.
We were excited though because
hmm
our school didn't sell any. We didn't have junk food in our school.
Until high school.
No, I mean I remember the first year that I was there in grade
Oh,
6.
oh.
They canceled it up. Like you guys didn't have fries and like
Oh yes,
those
yes,
kind of
for
things
lunch,
anymore.
for lunch. Yeah.
So
We used to have. We could choose if we want hamburgers
dang.
every Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Whoa,
or
really?
Tuesday or Thursday with fries.
Because they changed it to so every Tuesday and Thursday is like quote unquote American food.
Yes.
And we would get like sandwiches
Yeah.
and
Pasta, spaghetti,
spaghetti and garlic bread. That was
Yes.
good.
and
Us like our school's food is actually pretty nice,
It's
to
really
be
good.
honest. I actually look forward to it every
yeah,
single day.
me too. Unless there's some really very few menus that are this is
Yeah.
not the greatest, but most of the time is really good food.
But remember in high school or in middle school they introduced salad bar into the
Oh yes.
and if we don't like the food, we can just have salad bar and soup, and it was unlimited.
Yeah.
We can just kept
I
going
get-
back for it.
Yeah, you can
and
eat as much as you want.
I think that was very helpful for a lot of people.
Well, I remember when we would have chicken, sticky rice, and somtam,
Yes.
and that would be like every other week because it was
I was
such
so
a.
sick of it. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so sick of it. But what helped was that the salad bar, I can make it into a salad with fried chicken on top
Yes.
instead of eating
yes.
sticky rice and chicken like the usual.
And they have like fried vegetables, the tempura,
yes,
which was way too oily for me. I'm like,
yeah,
I
it's a lot.
can't have too many fried things.
yeah,
It was hard, but
that was a lot. It was just so often.
yeah, and everybody loved it. I don't even know
Mhm.
why.
They really love. I mean, for us it's liana after a
Yeah.
while, but for them I think it was just like.
They don't get it in their daily life.
Well, I think also
Right.
with foreigners, they already eat like cheese and dairy and
Right.
oily those food that's already greasy.
Right.
That having this fried chicken is not a big. This is part of their diet. But us, we
Right.
have things oh, when I eat chicken and sticky rice, I want it sometimes to be really spicy to tat
Right.
up the greasiness.
To kind of like cut the kind of mild down
Yes.
the greasiness. Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
yeah.
I guess that's why they have coleslaw, right?
I can't even say if that's a good thing or bad.
Because
I can't really eat it sometimes.
It's very greasy as well.
Yeah, because depending on the sauce of it, that's like mayo.
That's true. Oh,
Yeah, and
Now
I was
you
just
think
like,
about it.
I don't even know if I can do this.
Anyways,
But growing up,
yeah.
we would bake at home, but we
Uh-huh.
wouldn't do it from scratch. We would buy the Betty Crocker mix because every time it's good. All you have to do is add water or
Right.
oil and egg.
That's right. That's right.
And
Like
that's it.
What is it called? Like cake mix
Yeah.
box.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so it's so easy and it always turns out good.
that's
You
true.
cannot make a mistake on it.
Uh huh.
And I think growing up, when we were younger, it just baking was not a thing in our family. Cause our parents, my parents are
That's true.
Chinese,
Right.
so baking is not most houses here don't even have ovens.
That's right. I was gonna talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
think about our culture.
Yeah.
In a Thai Chinese household or even Thai household, you know, when you set up the kitchen, if you build a new house, like you understand this better, you just got a
Yeah.
new house. What is it called? Oven is not something that we would need.
Yeah,
It's not something that we would buy at all.
Yeah.
Unless you're baking.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that would be something extra on top if you
Right.
want to, like, you purposely have to
Right.
look for those.
Because we would have like the gas, like we would have stove,
Yeah.
and then rice cooker is a must.
Yes.
Pots and pans, and honestly, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't need anything else. We don't bake anything. We don't broil anything.
Yeah. And then most ovens here are like quite limited in selection, actually.
That's true.
Yeah, because there's not, and then some of them are really like small ones. Have you seen those, like
Yeah.
the baby ones? And I'm thinking, how many cookies can I fit if I bake in one of
Right.
these like mini ones?
Yeah.
But that's basically all people would need. Like they don't bake like we would bake.
Right.
Where it's like a serious, like, okay, I'm gonna bake like like 2 dozen cookies. I think that's way too much for most people to bake, but they might be
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna bake like maybe 5 or 6 or like half a dozen, like, and so you only need a small one. But I'm like, I need a full blown oven,
Right.
Like,
Because I feel like one of the joy of baking and cooking is sharing food with other people.
yes,
And like to get to have like the feedback.
yeah,
I love feedbacks, even though they don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can improve on this.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a challenge for me.
yeah,
But I recently got a new a stovetop oven combination
Yeah.
at home because the one that we've been using has
Oh.
been there like since I was born, to be honest.
wow,
Yeah. So we got a new
Upgrade.
one. I was so excited because
that is exciting.
my dad was like, Amy, just go get a new one. Like
Oh,
it's just
it's breaking.
please,
Yeah.
please just go get a new one because our old one, the stove on top and the oven is both gas.
Oh, okay.
So what I wanted was gas on top. I want to see the fire.
Yes,
You know?
yeah, me too, me too. I like, I need
and
to see
then
the fire.
electric on the bottom.
Same, but that's the one I have.
So I went to the store.
Mm-mm.
I went to like Buntabon.
Yeah, come here.
I love that place. But you need to.
The oven.
They have everything.
Oh, really?
But usually the standard size, they have the 60 centimeter
Yeah.
and the 90.
yeah,
But my my family home can only fit 60.
mine is 60.
I can't like I love 90 so much. I wanted it, but I'm like, this is not is no. Mm-mm.
Like ours, like we purposely got like a little bit smaller one, but it was like electric bottom and gas top.
Right.
And I was like, I need to see the fire. If I don't see the fire, I can't really guess.
I can control the temperature.
Yeah,
like, you know how
and-
much. Yeah.
And like when I was at Yam's place, and she doesn't really cook, and she has like electric, like a like a
induction
plug-in
or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you just put it on. I almost burned the bottom or something because I couldn't tell. Like it doesn't sizzle the way like this one.
Right.
Like
Right.
gas would just like shh, like fat. Like you would know, oh, it's starting to like heat up. Da, da, da. This one like immediately heats up, and then you're like burning.
Right.
Like it was like I couldn't estimate like how fast
Yeah.
it would do.
Have you ever cooked with like coil?
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
I was when I was in the States. I had to use like
Oh,
the coil.
yes,
you know?
yes, yes,
I don't
yes.
know
That
what
was
what's
interesting.
called,
Uh huh.
but
Yes, yes, yes. Where it twirls like this, right? And it like heats up like red.
right. And
Uh-huh.
the thing is, I'm so annoyed because I'm like, there's no in between. It's either like crazy hot
Yeah.
or nothing at all. I'm like pick in between, but then after a while you kind of learn
Yeah.
to work around that because
Yeah.
you have to.
You have to
Like,
use
there's
it.
no other choices.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But
So-
I think gas stove, electric oven is probably like this is it. I if I had a bigger house, I would want like the bigger, full blown oven.
I've been to my cousin's house in the States
Oh.
and they have like those like fancy stuff
Uh-huh.
where there's a griddle in between.
Yes,
and, like
yes,
there's like
6 of them, like a 6 top.
yes,
I was looking at that earlier and I was like, where would I fit this into my house?
exactly. It's
But it
gonna
was-
be half the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. And I was just like, wow, this is like in my dream. You know, like
right,
that big, having it. Think of how many you could fit at one go. It's like for me, when you bake cookies, I have to do in two goes,
batches?
two
Yeah, yeah.
batches at a time, and then but if you have one of those, you pop them in like simultaneously,
Mm-hmm.
and then
That's
I'm just
it.
thinking like, that would be so awesome. But
That-
then
that would
I
be
don't
a
think it
dream.
would fit through my door.
No. And the thing is, like,
small.
we don't bake cookies every day, right?
We don't.
It's kind of like it's perfect for the day that we bake, but it's not like we're gonna do it every day.
time, every day.
It's good to
There
have,
was a
though.
season I baked every other day,
Yeah.
and it was
Like,
like
were you coping with something?
yeah, yeah.
I
It was
knew
a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
I was stressed. I was in high
right,
stress,
right.
and so I was like baking. Like I probably went through like 4 kilos of butter in a month, and then I couldn't eat it because my stomach isn't good, and like, I'm allergic to gluten, and it's like well flour, so I would hand them out to like the
Right.
security
No,
guard.
that's the best though. That's
Yeah,
the best part.
sharing
Yeah.
it. And so then we like are friends. Like they're like,
Mhm.
"Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm just dropping off cookies. Now I'm heading home."
Yeah.
And I don't mind feedback, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just I there's nowhere to go. I wanted to
Right.
bake. I want to share with you too.
Yeah. Right.
And so it was like double win-win. I get to
Yeah.
bake, you get to eat,
Right.
but then I
My
felt
stomach's
bad.
fine.
And my stomach's good. But it's like I realized some people they don't really enjoy cookies or
Yeah.
cake, especially like Thai people. Sometimes it's either too sweet or too they're not their style.
But the thing is, for me, I feel like baked goods and like dessert, quote unquote dessert,
yeah,
for us, like it has to be sweet to a certain point, but it
Yes.
can't be like not sweet at all.
yes, it has to be sweet
know what
to
I
a
mean?
certain point, not burning my throat sweet.
Right, right, right. Yeah. So for me, it depends on like what recipe I use. If I
Mm.
know the recipe developer
Yeah.
is American, I lower the sugar by half.
I do too,
Yeah.
but I don't think of like if it's the recipe is from America or something. Usually, I try to go healthier,
Right,
and
right,
so I
right.
always if
'Cause
it's
you're-
like
mhm.
yeah. So when it comes to sugar, I try to like reduce it immediately.
Right, right, right.
But then for some
100%.
people who aren't used to that, or they're used to eating so sweet
Sweet,
already, when
yeah.
they eat it, they're like, "This is too healthy."
Right, right.
They're not used to
I
the
totally
lower
understand what you mean.
level.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
So you started with baking.
Yeah, I cracked
Uh-huh.
my first egg that I cracked for like the Betty Crocker cake mix thing. I cracked it on myself.
Why not?
I didn't, like I really
Experience.
didn't know. The mom's like, just crack it and like this, and I'm like, and it's like here.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I realized, oh,
You gotta
gotta be
learn somehow.
Yeah, you gotta learn. Be a little more careful.
Yeah. When do you start cooking? Like, when was your, first recollection of cooking?
I don't
Food.
know, but I always want to. I think I just want to help in the kitchen. And my
Mhm.
mom, we would have like guests over or like church members over to our house, and she'd be cooking something, and I just want to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if she's pat like you stir frying, I want to stir fry it.
Right, right, right.
So I would go and stir fry, stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. And while she puts in more ingredients,
Yeah.
and then after that, she would teach me how to do it.
Did your growing up for like dinner,
Mm.
after you came from home from school, did your parents feed you? What kind of food did they feed you?
Usually, it was like box food. Like
Interesting.
bought like my mom would buy from like pat kapao from the school,
Right, right,
like
right.
because the school was at a sports club,
Yeah.
so they have like a mini bar where they sell
Yes. Yes.
like
uh-huh.
food like cow gai katiem, pat kapao, things
Yeah.
like that. And so we would eat those because my mom worked full time,
Right,
so she was so
right.
tired when she got home.
Yeah, it's kind of like so basically what it is, if you guys don't know, it's a single serve food,
Yeah,
and
it's like
yeah.
over rice.
Yeah, it's something on top of a rice.
Yes. And so my mom would just like just get those for us. But usually for breakfast, because my dad works from home,
Mhm.
he makes us breakfast. And
Oh,
so
that's sweet.
from my recollection, there was a season where he was so into making sushi. So we would eat sushi for breakfast.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
And my dad would be like all into it. We got a roller.
I love
like,
it. Yes, the
seaweed,
bamboo,
the
uh-huh.
bamboo roller, and we would eat that for like quite a while. Like he was into it,
Right,
and he
right,
wanted,
right.
Yeah, and so that's what I remember. What
That's
about you?
so
What do you
fun.
usually get for breakfast? Because you had to commute far.
So,
further.
I mean, so when I started grade 6, the school was quite far away from my house.
Yeah.
It's around like 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So I think the first month, my parents, like my mom dropped me off. And
Oh.
after that, I was on a school, like not a school bus, but like
Oh, Songhae.
yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yep.
know you were on the Songhae.
So that happened for 7 years straight, 6 years and a half,
I didn't realize you were always on the Songhae.
always.
Oh.
And it's great for her because like she doesn't have to fight traffic.
Yes.
And like, honestly, if you think about it, like parents, by the time they drop you off,
Mhm.
they come back,
Mm.
I don't know, clean the house for a little bit, have lunch, and by the time they prepping for dinner, they had to pick us up.
Yep, already.
So I think it's the best solution for my parents to, you know, give us that choice to like take. It's not a school bus, but like we commute to school like
Yeah.
with other friends.
Yes.
Um,
It's Thai style school bus.
carpooling, yeah.
Yeah.
But we pay the driver, like all of us regularly.
Yes.
Yeah. I started with baking. My grandma is actually 1/4 English, like her
Wow.
grandpa something.
Oh.
Ethnically she's if we see her picture in like back in the days, she's 1/4 English,
Oh wow.
and she doesn't look like fully Thai.
Okay.
She looks like she's she has like
Some other
Right.
mix.
So growing up, like I don't think her grandpa taught her how to bake. But
Okay.
I knew that my grandma's mom, so my great grandmother, I think she knows how to cook.
Okay.
And back then we don't, you don't go out and eat all the time. Like you
Mm.
can't afford that.
Yeah.
So we just we would cook at home.
Okay.
And for breakfast, well, okay, I'll start with this. I started with baking because my mom taught me how to bake. My grandma taught my mom taught me.
Uh-huh.
And it's kind of like straightforward because everything is a measurement.
Ah.
Right, so my mom told me how, like she taught me how to measure the flour, and you have to like
Yes.
like
Yeah,
what is it
yeah,
called
You know,
level
yeah.
the cup and like put it in. So I think it was very straightforward. You look at the recipe and like you can follow it.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. We started with like easy recipes like
Uh-huh.
cookies,
Yeah.
and like we never did the cake box mix
Yeah.
ever. I don't know why, but I think like my mom had the skill.
Mm-hmm. To
So-
teach you. Yeah.
And but growing up, whenever she's cooking dinner and we're free, she would literally like make us come look at what she's doing.
Oh really?
So I think it was really like that's the way that we learn.
Uh-huh.
And I was so interested when I was younger, and I never thought it was gonna like kind of like that became my basic foundation of
Yeah.
how to cook. And my younger brother loves food as well,
Uh-huh.
and he loves to cook as well.
Yeah.
So that's how like me learning how to cook started.
Uh-huh.
I was always involved with the kitchen.
Yeah.
Everybody have chores.
Yeah.
Like you just get to be part of the family and help, kind of make the house nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my breakfast it varies.
Uh-huh.
So there are times where I remember some of my favorite meal is khao tom.
Oh.
It's like but it's not rice that is boiled until it becomes like a porridge.
Yeah.
But my mom would like cook the rice in the rice cooker overnight,
Yeah.
put it in the fridge, and she would make like broth and
Yeah.
with like meats in there
Yeah.
and a little bit of vegetables, and she would heat up the rice, put the soup over,
Uh-huh.
and that was a breakfast.
Oh.
nice and easy.
Okay.
So like most of the I don't think there's Thai breakfast usually. I think we talked about this.
What about khao niao mo ping and stuff like that?
I don't think that is counted as like we don't have a designated like breakfast food.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Because we can technically eat khao niao mo ping any time of the day.
That's true. We can
Yeah.
have dinner for like
Yes.
breakfast for dinner anytime.
Yes. Okay. I understand what you mean. Because we eat
Yeah.
savory stuff even in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes we have like my mom would get like store bought like croissant,
Oh yeah.
and she would like cut it in half and like put some like ham and cheese on there. That was a
Wow.
fancy day.
Yeah,
if she had
that's
time.
fancy.
And there are times one of my favorite meal, but it takes preparation
Yeah.
the night before for my mom. Is my mom loved making us nachos.
For breakfast?
Yes.
Wow.
It was so good. She would put like nacho chips on
Uh-huh.
top, and then like the
Queso? The cheese?
the cheese and the cheese sauce and the what is it called?
Bean?
We didn't have beans, but meats.
Yeah,
You know, the taco mix?
Yeah.
But I remember I love the taste of it, but I hate the texture. Cause like nacho chips is sometimes it's quite sharp.
Yes.
And then it would poke on like the roof of my tongue, which
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hate.
Yeah.
So this is kind of weird, but I would mash my chips and put the meat and then the cheese sauce.
I would do that. Like, you make it easier to eat it with like a spoon or
Exactly.
something. You don't have to eat it
Uh-huh.
with like picking it up.
Yeah.
I get that.
I remember I was so sick of eggs. I still don't really like eggs until today.
You ate a lot when you were growing up?
I think it was just easy.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
it is easy.
I totally understand my parents, but like, I was just done.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you eat too much, I can see that. But
Yeah.
eggs is, because it's simple and easy. But do you do like non-savory breakfast, like cereal or cinnamon rolls or
Oh,
those kind of things?
Rarely. We
See,
have
me
we have
too.
cereals sometimes, but I don't really like milk. I don't drink milk
Oh,
that often.
yeah.
I drink chocolate milk.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I remember just being younger when I was younger, being forced to drink milk because they would be like, you need to grow tall and healthy. This is how you do
Mhm.
it. And I'd be like, okay, like we're just gonna like drink this, like suck it up, like just
Are you
drink it.
lactose intolerant?
Now I am.
Dang,
I think
that's rough.
I don't know if I think yeah, I take like these lactate pills if I want to eat ice cream.
Uh-huh.
Last night I wanted to eat ice cream, so I took two. I was like, this is overload. This is overload dairy. And
Right.
so I took it and I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
But I think just now getting a little bit older and it's like not doing like I'm more like have lactose intolerant than when I was like younger.
So I have this theory
Oh, you have another theory on
that
this?
I feel like all Asians
Mm.
are lactose intolerant.
I
I
think
feel
majority,
like for
majority
some
for
reason,
sure.
like our body doesn't process dairy as
Yes.
well as other cultures.
I
Because
totally
if you
agree
think
with
about
that.
it, we actually don't have dairy in our cuisine at all.
Yeah.
It's only coconut milk, and that's not dairy. It's
Yeah.
not dairy, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like even our dessert is like phai tong. Everything is like egg and like sugar based.
Yeah.
But no
Not a lot of milk.
milk,
No dairy.
and also we don't really have gluten that like we can avoid gluten
Yeah.
so easily
Yes.
here.
More.
Yeah,
Though it's in like soy sauce.
that's true.
So in the beginning, when I would found out that I'm allergic to wheat a lot more,
Mm,
then it was like, okay, I had to carry my own gluten-free soy sauce
that's rough.
around until I figured out how allergic I was, and then it was like I think I can take some in, but just like probably try to avoid like eating a hamburger where there's
Yeah.
like a lot of bread
Yeah,
and things like that, and it's been okay.
that's good.
Yeah, but like because ours is rice based, noodle based.
Yeah, but I feel like back then we don't really use soy sauce. We use like nampla, which is fish sauce.
Yeah.
And honestly, that can have gluten in it as well. I'm not
Mhm.
sure,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's interesting. So that's my theory. That
Well, I kind of believe it.
we're only a ticking time bomb. Because it's interesting because so when I was in college when I was in sophomore, I moved to the States for a study abroad program.
Oh, okay.
After that, my stomach got screwed up. I became lactose intolerant for 5 years.
In America?
So I was there for only a year. When I came back, I couldn't have dairy.
Oh, when you came back.
Yeah, I mean during that time, I already felt it, and
Oh,
I started
really?
drinking almond milk, and I loved it.
Ah, okay.
And so when I came back, I realized like whenever I had ice cream
Mm.
and like milk sit very heavy in my stomach,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm lactose intolerant, but I feel like I'm more like lactose sensitive.
Oh, okay.
But 5 years later, I went back to the States. The first year, I knew I was kind of like lactose sensitive, so I kind of avoided it. But then for some reason, I think there's like a flip and a switch. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I feel like the Lord healed me because I'm no longer lactose intolerant. I can have like dairy and I'll be fine.
Now, even back here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Ma-
But oh, do you know what A2 milk is?
No. Here?
No, in the States, but I'm pretty sure they have it here now. But I got introduced to A2 milk because so basically in normal dairy cow's milk,
Yeah.
there's two proteins, A1 and A2. And usually when people are lactose intolerant, they're allergic to the A1 protein.
Oh.
So for some reason the technology in the industry, they take that protein out.
Oh.
So you can have actual milk, just it's called A2 milk. Like that's the brand,
Yeah.
A2.
Wow. Because
Right.
they took the A1 out.
Mhm.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. And it was so good to like taste milk again. And like to actually
full
use,
fat milk.
yeah, to actually use it in cuisine.
Yes.
And like, it
And be
won't
able to
sit
eat.
heavy on your stomach, but yeah, I can eat anything now. I don't
That's
think I'm allergic
great.
to anything. I mean, there are some things I'm allergic to, but
When I would drink like cha Thai, like Thai tea,
Thai tea.
I would drink it and I would drink like maybe like 1/8 of it, and immediately like 5 minutes later, my stomach hurts, like it's bloating, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started to drink it more often. So like that's how
It's
I
kind of
stopped.
like you're training your stomach.
Yes, I'm like we're drinking this.
Right.
We are going to drink this. So
Yeah.
I like drank a little bit more each time, a little bit more, till I could drink the whole thing, and then I would be okay. But then as soon as I stopped for a while, it came back.
Oh, that's rough.
like that.
Yeah.
So then, but it's not really a bad thing because I mean, think about what's in Thai tea. That's too much like sugar,
Honestly,
cream.
you're drinking like sugar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of it, and like evaporated milk is those milk,
Condensed milk.
yeah, condensed milk plus sugar. Is there sugar in it
Oh,
too?
girl, yes.
Not just condensed milk.
Condensed milk, sugar, Thai tea,
Uh huh. Evaporated milk.
and then they put evaporated milk on top.
That's
So
what
there's both like the like man.
Thai.
What is it called? I don't know how to say that in English.
The yeah.
Anyways,
Evaporated milk because
yeah,
evaporated
yeah.
milk is different from milk.
From milk, and different from condensed milk as
Yes,
well. Yeah,
it's thinner but it's fatty.
that's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm like, it's okay that I can't drink this because actually it's better for my health. But sometimes there's just that 1% of the time
Right.
where I'm like, ooh, I just want to drink a little bit of
Yeah.
this. You know.
Fun facts: I actually don't like Thai tea.
Really?
Like, it's not something that I like. Like, I tasted once and I'm like, I don't like it.
Oh.
And people would ask me like when I was in the States, like, where do you get a good Thai tea? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't tell you because I actually
don't-
don't like Thai tea.
Yeah. Why don't you like it? The taste?
Yeah.
Smell?
I don't know.
Oh.
I think I just don't like tea with milk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. What do you usually get? If drinks wise?
Coffee.
Plain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, people say I drink like an old man because I drink black coffee.
I mean,
And like people
straight up
love
black?
sugary like coffee.
Yeah.
But I just drink straight up black. I don't know why. But again, like Chiang Mai is a coffee town.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know, I think Thailand in general is a coffee town,
Mm-mm.
and we love our coffee.
Yeah.
So, I think I feel like coffee is kind of like wine because
Mm-mm.
there's like an aftertaste, there's a smell, there's an aroma, there's like the body of it. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things going on,
Yeah.
and yeah,
I don't think I drink. Oh, I don't drink coffee because I think I have like heart
heartburn. Oh, palpitation.
palpitation.
Yes.
Yeah, when like too much caffeine in there. But then it's weird because when I drink tea, and tea sometimes has more caffeine,
That's true.
but I don't get it. So
But the
something
thing
in
is,
coffee, maybe.
with tea, they release the caffeine slower than coffee.
Oh,
Coffee, there's a spike.
Okay,
So
that
that
would
it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes way more sense because I
Mhm.
was like, I can do tea,
Mhm.
but then not coffee. Coffee, and I don't really like the taste of coffee.
Yeah,
I
I totally
think I
understand.
just don't like
It's not
the
for
flavor.
everybody, to be honest.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, when I was in the States, Starbucks was like my treat.
Really?
Yeah.
Starbucks for me in
Is-
America was it's not as expensive as in Thailand.
No, it's not.
So it was just like nobody. It wasn't a big deal.
But the thing is, okay, other coffee,
Oh.
like coffee in the coffee shops in the States, is so expensive.
Oh, are they?
Well, okay,
it's like
at least-
specialty coffee.
At least in like California,
Oh,
the town I was in, horrible coffee, so expensive,
Oh.
and I'm just like, no.
Not worth
That's
it.
why I totally understand why people go to Starbucks.
in
Like-
America,
Yeah,
because it's the cheaper option.
exactly.
Think about it reversely here. Starbucks is like status.
Expensive.
Yeah, and expensive. And did you know, I didn't realize this, but like, if you drink Starbucks, it's a status symbol
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, no, somebody
Yeah.
asked to have a meeting here. It was really convenient. And so we just
Yeah.
met here. And I realized the drink is more expensive here, but like in America, it's not.
Yeah, it's because like the cost of living here is so low
Mm-mm.
and it's high in America. Because if you think about it, a cup of Starbucks is the same price there and here. But for us, if you think about it, yeah, but for us, one cup of Starbucks can easily feed us for 2 meals. That's a whole day.
That's right. That's true.
Yeah. So I'm like, I rather pick food than just one beverage that I'm not gonna be full for it.
But you know, Starbucks, when I was in America, I would drink, like, they don't even have that size here. Do you know in Starbucks?
Yes,
big
yes.
one?
What is it called?
Trenti. Trenti? Is that
That's
right?
coming back.
Trenti. Yeah. And that's the one above this one. The biggest
venti?
one
Yeah.
here. Above
look
the
it up.
venti is the Trenti or something like that. Right?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Starbucks biggest cup, biggest size. Here we go. It's called Trenta.
Trenta. Yeah, and that I just remember that in America because it was so cheap. No, I don't know. I feel like Starbucks in America, price wise, is cheaper than in Thailand.
It's the same price.
Are you sure? Because okay, I would get the Trenta size tea for maybe like $3, and that's like 100
I think it depends on
what kind of drink?
state you're in.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I
Oh,
don't know.
oh, because you were in California. I was in Texas,
right.
and there was a Starbucks on my campus.
Of course. Wait, do you have like students credit to go like?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You can buy Starbucks with it, and it's not a big deal,
Right.
right? Because it's just another coffee shop on campus. But I don't remember just going to the other coffee shops in Texas. I mean, Starbucks in Texas, and you can get the Trenta, and it would be like $3.
Yeah,
And
that's
that's why-
not a reality in California.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's why I was like, when I would come back here, I'd be like, yeah, okay, this could be a status symbol because it's not $3. It's like $5 for a smaller size.
Right.
Like their biggest size, the venti. Like let's say the venti, the biggest one.
Also, I don't understand Starbucks sizes. I'm like, just call it small, medium, large,
Me
extra
too,
large.
me too.
Like, why is it venti? I don't even.
And
Honestly,
I'm
until today, I don't know it.
I don't know it either. And then
I'm
so
like,
I'd be like,
that one, please.
I
I
like
just
the biggest
point.
size, the biggest one, or like the smallest one.
Yeah.
Because I like each size just has the name, and I'm trying to think why is it named that?
Right.
Like the
It doesn't make sense
grande.
in my head.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like grande. Grande to me seems very big.
Like grand, right?
Grand.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest one.
It's
Because the
not?
venti is the biggest one, right?
What does venti even mean?
Is the venti the biggest one?
I think so. Yeah. I just
See?
looked it up. It's a. So it starts with tall, grande, venti, and trenta.
See, and for me, tall seems like the biggest one because why would
'Cause
you be
it's tall.
tall?
Yeah,
tall.
tall.
And then it's like grande. Grande is like grand, so that should be big too. But they're
I
like
don't
not the
understand it.
biggest. And then venti, I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like suddenly it's tall, I get tall, I get grand, and then venti, I'm like
Confused.
I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know where you're placed. So it's like, so I'm like, I just give me the biggest size.
Right.
And
What do you remember your order? Starbucks order when you were in the States?
no, because I don't. I would just get a tea, like a tea
Ah,
iced
okay,
tea
okay, okay.
mix.
I have a go-to order.
Okay, when would you go for?
So I do salted caramel,
Oh.
cream cold brew
Oh, whoa.
with extra foam on top.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was great.
I
And for me that's like a recreational like drink. It's like for fun,
yeah.
not for energy, you know?
Okay.
No hydration either. It's just sugar.
All right. Straight up sugar. But I usually don't go to Starbucks often in America
Mhm.
because there's so many other options that I like more and it's cheaper too.
Mhm.
And like Sonic, love Sonic. I'm like,
We could talk about fast food restaurant.
I
I love how
fast
this
food.
took a turn.
We're no longer
We're no longer about talking about our cuisine,
yes.
but yes,
But the just the
Starbucks.
experience there, I love it so much. I think food, like fast food in America, is like yummy for me. I mean, despite it being really bad, I love their fast food. Like Sonic,
Mhm.
they have the usual like hot dogs, hamburgers, but they would have like 50-cent corn dog days. And like my sister and I, we would like text each other to let each other know today is
Right.
50-cent corn dog day, and we have to go get some.
I've never been to Sonic's.
What?
Yeah,
Is there none in California?
I'm pretty sure there's one, but like
Oh, one. That's
there's so I mean the town I was in a small town,
yeah,
but I think there's just so many options. It's like
Mm-mm.
overwhelming for me.
yeah.
Like you know when you walk into like a cereal aisle, I'm
Yes.
like, just give me one cornflakes. Like
But
Um,
Sonic was so close to my campus that like
Makes sense.
students would like stop there. There was McDonald's, Sonic, and then in like fast food like a chicken place that was in Chicken Express. I think that's what it was
I
called.
don't even know what that is.
And I think it's just local. Like I mean, just in Texas. one.
Okay.
And then there was Whataburger, which is like a Texas.
I heard about
one.
that. Yeah.
That was not
we
too
have that in
far.
California too.
Oh, was
Whataburger.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Whataburger was really like big deal when I was there. I thought it was okay, but Sonic was just fun for me.
Ooh, have you had Freddy's?
Yes,
I
yes.
love Freddy's, and it only exists in like the East Coast.
I
So
think I had it-
whenever I visit my brother,
Uh-huh.
we would stop at Sonic's because like they would have fries and cheese curds.
Wait, is that Sonic or Freddy's?
Sorry, Freddy's.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, that's so good.
Are their fries like really small? things?
yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
good. I miss it.
I love hamburgers in America where they're like flat patties. Like they make it really thin.
Oh, it's called Smash Burgers, right?
And smash burgers. I think Freddy's has that, but they
Yes.
make like stack into like two or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
I just miss American fast food to be completely honest.
I miss In-N-Out, even though like I don't really like their fries.
We don't
but
really get in and out. Like
That's true.
there's only in Dallas maybe one
Yes.
place.
I know they started in California and like for a long time it was just there and
Yeah.
nowhere else. But now they're branching out.
yeah.
And another place that I love, but it's honestly it's more expensive side for fast food is Shake Shack.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's in
really-
Bangkok too now.
That's true.
Yeah, so we can get access to it. I had it like maybe 6 months ago or so, and I wasn't that impressed. Like it
Mm,
wasn't like wow,
right.
I need to eat more of this.
Uh-huh.
It was just like good to have.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. Have you had Moss Burger in Bangkok?
I've had it when I was younger,
Okay.
but I don't really like it. What did
Yeah.
you usually get?
I don't remember anymore. But
Oh.
basically, Moss Burger is it's a fast food restaurant, but I think it's Japanese.
Yeah, I think
right.
it's Japanese. Yeah.
I loved it.
Did you like it?
I had it like 3 or 4 times my whole life, and I loved it. But then there are so many choices you can choose from, right?
I can't get used to like I would get like a chicken burger or something, and inside, I'm not the type who likes like fatty like skin stuff.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't.
So it was, I don't know if it's grilled or how they make the inside chicken, but they don't use like, it was just more juicy and fatty than I would want it.
Right.
But it's not like it's bad. I would try. I would eat it.
Right.
But
I think it's just preferences.
yeah,
Yeah. So I know that we took a big tangent.
detour
Yep.
about
sharp
fast food
turn.
places we enjoy in
Into
America.
yes, and I think we'll continue this in part 2 because
Yeah.
I think we have a lot more to talk about, considering food, baking, cooking, and just how it affects the way that we just have a relationship with people. To be
Right.
honest,
Connection.
yeah.
Yeah.
So follow us for part 2, and we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.